All right, so just give me a heads up when we're live, because I don't want to really.
Well,
I mean, I know a lot of people don't watch the show anyway, but let me know when we're live so I get all serious and everything. I don't have to talk shit about the production quality and everything like that.
anyway, Chris, production quality, my ass. What the hell are you talking about? There's been
I know. I mean, I know the quality's not the best. I know
Chris,
you're struggling. I know it's not the
Chris,
best.
listen to me. There's a
No, I
background
know it's not.
now.
Listen,
How
I'm
the
trying to
fuck?
give you a break here, man. I
How
said,
can
let me
you
know when
say
we're
this,
live.
Chris? How can you
Let
say
me know
there's
when
a
we're live.
background? The StreamYard logo's gone. How can there's a
Listen,
background
man.
now?
Let me know when we're live. So, let me know when we're live. So,
Anyway,
I don't
we're
complain about the
live.
production
So,
quality.
hello, everyone.
Looks like you're
What is
streaming
going
out of
on?
a freaking the
Streaming out of
janitorial closet in the back of a freaking 7-Eleven.
size room. What are you on about? This is rubbish
What?
on your end, Chris. You're talking absolute
I mean,
nonsense again. This is by
no,
far
I'm
the
just
worst
saying. I'm
guest
just saying. Just let me
on.
know when you're live.
We are live anyway. This is by
Oh,
far the
this is
worst
embarrassing.
guest we've ever had on, Chris Richter. I mean, the last
I
podcast was a
mean,
biz. The one I had you on was a biz. I mean, the first one we got Brandon deleted, and thank goodness that was rubbish. That deserved to be
yeah. I
thrown
mean,
in space
yeah,
and
after you had
destroyed.
a breakdown after Leon Edwards lost his
No,
last fight in that
no,
podcast. I mean, I guess we
no,
had to
he didn't
delete it.
lose.
The
No,
fans would
no,
have been disgusted.
no, I didn't have a
But anyway,
breakdown.
what are you
All that
doing? Wasting
happened.
time here. People want to see what's going on. They
Chris,
don't want to listen
no,
to you
I
speak.
didn't. No, Chris, I
Every time
didn't.
you talk,
I didn't have a
a viewer
breakdown.
flies out the
I didn't
window.
have a
So come on,
breakdown.
get
That
on
is
it.
slander and libel. Chris,
I've
I
never
didn't have a
slandered anyone in
breakdown.
my life.
You have slandered everyone. Everything you
I've
say is
never,
made up
I've never.
nonsense.
Listen, man, I'm like
It's
honest
made
Abe.
up.
I've never told a lie.
Chris, you've told everything you say is made up gibberish. It doesn't make any sense.
Listen, you think I make things up? I keep things real. All right, come on.
All the time. Anyway, what the hell? Oh yeah, no, I didn't have a breakdown at all. That slander, as I say. What happened was, Chris made
And
fun
now he's gonna
of.
try to
No,
recontextualize
no,
things and make things up.
no. What happened was Chris kept interrupting and being stupid.
That's not true.
The week before, I had a steroid injection in my knuckle, which didn't work
Oh,
sadly.
so you're
And Chris was
finally. Oh
annoying
wait,
me.
wait, guys!
No,
Remember,
it was a
listen what he
medical
just said. A
injection. It wasn't
steroid
anabolic.
injection.
Before you
Remember what
say
I said?
anything,
He's a
it wasn't
cheater. He's a
anabolic.
PEDS user.
It wasn't
He freaking
anabolic.
uses steroids. He's used
It
steroids
wasn't
all of his
anabolic.
life.
It wasn't
Look at his
anabolic. Hold
head.
on, I'll be back.
He's taking shit that's
I'll let
making
Chris
his head
talk.
grow.
I'll let Chris talk to himself in his own deranged mind.
Listen, you see right here, he's admitted to taking PEDs. He's taking shit that's making his head grow. I mean, come on. Well, you're just proving me right, as I said from the last podcast. I'll be surprised if this one makes it to air.
My head has always been the size of a fucking football, so that's an invalid argument.
It looks like the size of a grapefruit, if you're asking me.
Exactly, it's always been this size, so that's an invalid argument, Chris. Once again,
I don't know. I think it was a bit smaller last time. You've been up in the dosage recently.
What are you up in the dosage? There isn't any dosages at all. Everything I have is
I mean, you just said you took an injection, bud. That wasn't me.
No, medical steroid injection. Turmeric.
Oh yeah, I bet it was real medical, right? You couldn't live without it.
Turmeric I have. Fish oil I have. Good natural supplements. This isn't TRT like Chris and all of his boys.
Listen here, man. I've never done a performance enhanced.
The only one who's clean out of Chris's boys is Go Johnny. Everyone else is juiced to the gill on PEDs. Go Johnny and Ethan. They're the only clean people. I mean, if you look at David, the size of his tits, bloody hell. They make Jabba the Hutt
Whoa.
They make Jabba the Hutt look like a swimsuit model.
Making fat jokes now. What's going on here? You see, you're fat shaming. How could you?
I'm not fat shaming. You're head shaming. You said my head's the size of a grapefruit.
Listen here. Stop trying to change this subject.
You are.
Stop trying to change this subject.
Saying that it's absolute shit, and now you're insulting me.
Listen here. I didn't know we were live. I didn't know we were live. I didn't know we were. If I knew we were live, I wouldn't have said those things.
You're absolutely talking rubbish once again.
Why didn't you tell me we were live? I wouldn't have said those things about your shitty show. But I mean,
2, 1, go, and then you said, "Are we live? Are we live?" And you totally mocked me.
I don't remember you saying that. I was clearly saying the audience can hear.
Again, libel.
Audience can hear. Hey, let me know when we're live. Let me know when we're live. Are you gonna let me know?
I've had enough of him. Look, we're doing the tier list. I've just had enough of this buffoon ruining the podcast once again. Thank God he's on Casual Combat Talk and not ALP podcast, because otherwise he'd ruin everything. So,
listen, like, come on, man. We all know who brings in the freaking viewers.
Well, all you did was
There's a reason why
aggravate.
Aaron's not here, not me.
All you did was aggravate the two viewers that showed up last time, George and Sean. You aggravated them loads. So
Well, that's not my problem that I'm on YouTube's least watched broadcast. I mean, what am I supposed to say?
well, you just
All
said
right,
all the
anyway.
viewers come in. That's like one of the
Yeah, the
least
two
viewed
viewers
ones.
that actually freaking matter. Anyway, let's get to the show here. What do we got here?
So we've got the trash
Eddie
talk.
Alvarez, useless.
Are you mad? He wrecked McGregor one time. He's got to at least be an average. When
No,
he was like,
I
"Oh,
mean, he had
no,
one good line. He had one good line. Put him in bad. Put him in bad.
are you mad? Are you sure?"
Yeah, but McGregor made him look like a fool way more times than he made McGregor look like a fool.
What was McGregor's quotes towards Eddie then? Before I put him in bad, if you can remember.
He's like, imagine taking this on your getting the biggest fight in the game. You take the fight on your last contract. They go, shut your mouth, kid. You're getting the fight on your last contract, and you're lucky you even getting that.
That's a good point. Yeah, he did make him look a buffoon. Ali,
Ollie's got to be. I want to put him GOAT because there's only going to be one
would.
GOAT. He's got to be an amazing or great.
No. There are multiple goats. There are multiple.
Nah,
goats.
man. There's only one GOAT.
No, there isn't.
There's only one GOAT.
No,
We'll
there
decide the
isn't,
GOAT
Chris.
later.
I
Put him in
don't care what
amazing
you
for now.
say.
Don't put the GOAT yet. Don't put anyone GOAT.
No,
No, you can't put anyone GOAT. You got to put him in amazing.
No. Anyway.
All right, we'll put the real GOAT up there. The real GOAT. The real reason why.
No. This guy is number 2. This guy is number 2.
No. The pound for pound number 1. There we go. That's what I like to see.
Go. Should we go for a few Muhammad Ali's biggest quotes? I mean, you know, I'll be pouring water and pecking and poking and pouring water on his smoking, and this might shock and amaze you, but I will destroy Joe Frazier.
They're gonna make Joe Frazier look like an amateur compared to Muhammad Ali. Oh, jeez. All right, who do we got here? Who's next?
What good rhymes does Chow come up with then? Because he's full of them, isn't he?
Oh my gosh, man! Freaking whatchamacallit.
And scenarios.
I mean, here's a classic one right here that some people. When I was a kid, me and my friends would talk about gaming, you know, American technology, ingenuity, and I look over and I see Anderson and his friends playing in the mud. I mean, freaking absolutely hilarious, man. Or the one he's like, yeah, Tito, tell him what I do good. Oh, he makes money with his mouth. Oh, funny enough, the only person I know who makes money with their mouth is Tito's ex-wife.
That was genuinely like absolute obliteration.
They never got along after that.
No, Tito was like, you fucking piece of shit.
All right, who do we got here?
Colby has to be amazing. I mean,
he has to be amazing.
Hilarious.
The only thing you broke was your daddy out of prison.
I mean,
no. He's like, oh, you know what? Usman was like, you know what they say? You better bet on black. That kind of sounds racist to me. What you going?
I mean, it's like trick it all on De Blasio's lawn and all that jazz.
Yeah, I'm gonna freaking. He's like, I know the popular thing to do in New York City is to throw trash bags on De Blasio's lawn. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna throw this trash bag on his lawn.
Yeah.
Oh, he ended Pink Suit Guy's career. Wait. 1 minute.
Diarrhea of the mouth.
1 minute. He's like, 1 minute. 1 second. You look like a bottle of Pepto-Bismol, and it makes sense because you got diarrhea of the mouth, son. Oh! Get out of here. Dude, Pink Suit Guy almost came for him, bro, and he freaking ended Pink Suit Guy's career.
Yeah.
Connor's got to be amazing.
Honestly, I'm very tempted to put him in GOAT, though, because
I think we got to put him in amazing, man, because his last press conference was pretty bad.
Oh, yeah. Actually, to be fair, I don't know who's
Colby's better now. Are we going off of all time or right now?
No, all time. The thing is,
so then Connor's got to go ahead of Colby.
Yeah, because the thing is with McGregor, right? He got so many people annoyed at him, and it's like,
oh, dude, with the whole he got the Brazilians. I mean, freaking Diaz build up, the Aldo build up, the Poirier build up.
You know, goes to win, and he does the chicken dance.
Goes to win, and he's doing the chicken dance.
Yeah. Who the fuck is that guy? I shit on boss.
Oh my god, the Khabib build-up was one of the most funny press conferences ever. I mean, people are like, oh, that was dark. That was the darkest. I mean, listen, man, I love the entertainment aspect of this stuff and the promotion, and he really promoted. He's like, you're dead. If I got on that bus, you would have been dead, and I would have been in a cell. It's like, what the hell?
I think bringing his dad into it was a bit, But apart from that, it was, it was pretty mean. But I mean, there's more crazy shit
it's
out
the
there.
fight game. It's the
Mm.
fight game. What do you expect? All right, Dana White's got to be freaking great, at least
Yeah.
great.
That's fucking illegal.
No, you moron.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. DC, I think you got to put him in good.
Yeah.
John Jones, I'm the kid at the wrestling match that is in your bracket. Oh, what am I call? What was it? John Jones, get your shit together. I'm waiting for you.
Yeah, he's pretty good. But Dana just tears everyone a new arsehole.
Oh my god, that cokehead De La Hoya, that stupid cokehead.
No, the thing is, I sent one of my friends who is totally biased towards De La Hoya. I think you can guess who it is.
I think I know exactly who it is.
Totally sucks up De La Hoya. I sent him a thing where Dana tore down De La Hoya, tore him a new arsehole. I made a load of arguments why De La Hoya's promotions are crap and why he's a crap promoter. And he just said, "Oh, you're just sucking up to that bald white fuck, for God's sake."
I mean, listen here, man. This is the same guy who also thought that the UFC was better back in like 2005 when they had like 1 or 2 shows a year and the fighters are making about 10K.
It was bollocks, man. It was okay. I wouldn't go that far, but it was quite boring and lackluster. It was just flump telly, trash telly.
I mean, listen, man. He does have a bunch of birds, doesn't he? So what do you expect?
Anyway,
Saturday
when it's fucking Saturday, mate.
Darren Till, I'd say average. No, man. That's just because you're biased towards the Scousers, man.
No. I like Darren Till, and
mate, I will be the greatest. I will be the greatest.
I like most the Scousers, apart from somebody on this list later on. After a recent comment, you told me what he said, but I think Till's a legend. I just sort of thought, what else?
I think Till's got to be. Till's got to be ahead of DC though. Till's ahead of DC.
Sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah. With his antics and everything, bro.
What?
He said Colby Covington a freaking shit in the toilet. You're shit, mate. I fucking hate
you. Well, fair enough.
Let's go. Who's next? I can't see. Gotta scroll down a bit there.
Is that Dominic Cruz?
Dominic Cruz has got to be amazing.
No. Hold on. Wait, have I put Dominic Cruz in there twice? And that. I can't tell who that is.
Which one? Zoom in a bit there, don't you? Freaking terrible quality.
Is that Luke Rockhold? I can't tell who
that is. Looks like Dominic Cruz twice.
It's got 2 Dominic Cruzes.
I mean, this is the production quality, I guess we got here. The cat's out of the bag now, isn't it? Listen, I'm the guest.
I'd say he's definitely good. He's really good at tearing people down.
Dude, he's amazing. Have you seen some of the stuff he said? What do you mean you're not going to talk to me? You got to keep talking here.
Sure, yeah.
No, dude, he's got to be amazing. He's one of the best trash talkers of all time.
I didn't do much research for this one, so
it makes sense. I could obviously tell you wanted to put Darren Till freaking all the way in average. I mean, but what do you expect from this show? You probably just woke up out of your coke dream or whatever's going on.
Coke dream. Chris Eubank. Honestly, the only issue with him is he pretty much tore down Nigel Benn, and that's all. I put him ahead of DC because he's so funny. He's like, this man will be worthless. You need to get his autograph now because this man will be worthless after I'm through with him. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, I'd say he's a funny guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
George St Pierre, you got to put at average. He's not bad. Whenever he did talk shit.
I'm not impressed by your performance.
It's like, I'm gonna make this guy look like an amateur when he was talking Nick Diaz. I remember Nick Diaz really pissed him off. He's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do to me?
Do you really think he should be an average?
Bad or average?
Yeah, I'll put him in
bad. Screw it. Adesanya's
great.
I think Adesanya's in probably good or great.
I'd say great. Not as great as Dana with Trash Talk, but he's pretty great. He's good at promoting himself, selling himself. He's good at whining people. I mean, look how Costa and Vittori got,
Oh my gosh, Vittori, I mean.
And now we
can backwards. Oh, John Fury, big John Fury.
Number one. Yes.
You can't put him ahead of jail, man.
Yes.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
A million and hours things.
You can't do it.
You can't do it. He's staying there.
Nah, man, I'm protesting. I'm done.
Whatever the British and the government have got against us, it must be serious because they tried everything apart from shoot us. My little lads, my smart out here, getting robbed on British soil, British judges. You want to be
But if
ashamed
you're gonna
of
talk
yourself,
about,
you
but listen,
political
man,
bastards.
the thing is that John Fury talked a lot of shit, which is good, but he wasn't.
If you know me, I will bet every pound that I've got that my son will wipe the floor with any heavyweight of the world. Never mind, Joshua. Sorry,
And I'm
no,
kicked
it's
out once
hilarious.
again. Despicable. Oh,
Jake Paul said, suck my dick, suck my dick. You haven't got a dick, you've got a gash. I'll bend your girlfriend over and fuck her when Tommy knocks you out.
oh man. Did he say, oh, Tommy's gonna bend your girlfriend over?
That was it, yeah, sorry, yeah.
For all the world to see. I'm like, oh my god. Nah, you gotta put Chael and Ali ahead of him, though. They were better promoters. I think, listen, I mean, I know you're biased because, you know, you're British and, like, you need a win because most of the British fighters
What are you on about?
Yeah. But anyway, come on. I know this is corrupt and I don't have any real say.
Good.
John Jones, yeah, fine. Masvidal,
great.
Yep.
He's so good at promoting.
With a 3-piece and a soda. And rolled out of it. Ferguson's got to be.
He's great. He's great. He's so. Tiramisu time, bitches! McNuggets, where the fuck you at?
It's Tiramisu Tuesday, motherfuckers.
You couldn't even finish Edson. There we go.
Oh my god, his trash talk versus Kevin Lee. It was so funny, man.
What did he say to Kevin? I can't remember.
He's like, so when you DDT you, did you blah 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 blah? Like, how do you feel? Were you unconscious? Were you knocked out in a state of zen or some shit like that? And Kevin Lee's like, DDT. I don't even know what you just said. DDT. I think that's a WWE move. So you know.
Oh, I really wish I did research for this man because I would have found some funny trash talk, man.
Kamzat, you gotta put him in good. I want to put him in great.
Yeah, he hasn't really done a lot of trash talking.
He just goes smash, brother, smash. I smashed.
I kill them all. I kill them all.
Yeah, he turned into a terrorist his last fight. He was just like, I kill everybody. I kill everybody. I'm just like, whoa, man.
Oh,
I know Allah Akbar means grace to Allah and shit, but he was like flipping out. Watch out for him.
I accidentally put the Eternals in there, so I'll put them useless. We'll put Cruz 2.0 by Dominic Cruz. Michael Bisping has to be great.
Oh, he's amazing. No, he's amazing category.
Amazing. Fair enough.
I say he's amazing. He's one of the best, man.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, dude. Conceive, believe, achieve.
No, wait. And you know, I conceive it. And then you put your heart into it, and then you believe it. Conceive, believe, achieve. Shut the fuck up.
Sounds like the worst self-help book I ever read.
Yeah. I'll sneak in there like a samurai. What the fuck are you talking about?
I can go on an all-night bender, George, and still beat the brakes off of you.
Yeah, legendary man. Mike Tyson. I mean, he's quite. It's difficult with him. I'd say. He's such a badass when he talks, and it feels really real when he.
I'd say average or good.
Probably about here.
Yeah, I wouldn't rank him too high.
Because Rambo, I'd say it's sort of similar to like Hazmat. Like he's intimidating, but he doesn't really make a lot of sense. It's a lot of gibberish.
It's spinal.
Well, that wasn't trash talk.
I know, but you're saying it doesn't make any sense. Exactly. My back's broken.
I broke my back. What do you mean? What happened? A spinal. What do you mean? Well, the doctor says it's a miracle I'm standing here today.
Exactly. Nate Diaz, you got to put in great.
Yeah, definitely.
He is one of the great promoters. He knows how to freaking do it.
Yeah. Playing touch buddy with the dogs at the park.
He told me I got no training partners.
Yeah.
All these motherfuckers on steroids.
Everybody's on steroids.
And I love he just never loses a fight. He never loses a fight. He's like, I never lost this. Who's this?
This is Nick. I'm pretty sure this is Nick, around the same level. Where you at, George?
Yeah, a little worse off. Nick's a bit better, I think.
Yeah, no, it is, yeah. Where you at, George? Where you at, motherfucker?
Who do we got next? Who's that guy right there?
Oh, Nigel Benn. He said some funny stuff, but not really that good. I'll tell you.
Patty the Batty. I know you're biased against him, but you got to put him good.
Yeah, sorry.
I wouldn't say he's great yet because we haven't seen too much of him, but you know, got to see how he does against the big boys.
Mate, Scout's not English. I'm rooting.
I mean, he needs to work on his fucking, striking, man. Dude's gonna get fucking clipped his next fight and knocked out.
Admittedly, it's a very much like, it's very much. I don't proper dislike the guy, but it's just a bit more like,
he's a bit of a moron,
Yeah.
Well, what do you expect? He's from Liverpool, mate. Liverpool. If we were big enough, we'd be our own country, mate. We'd be our own country. I'm telling you, mate. Liverpool for life. Liverpool FC. That's all that matters. Yeah, and that's why you're all fucking poor and sound like a bunch of dumbasses too. I mean, listen. You guys, keep fucking yourselves up and sit around and pretend like you're your own people, and then come crying when you actually need some help. You absolute bunch of tosspots.
Chris has got balls on him. He's got balls. Oh man. Chris, if you
listen, man, has any Liverpool fighter even freaking gone anywhere, done anything successful? I mean, freaking Till.
Aspinall's actually great. Aspinall's great. Molly McCann's
let's see what happens, man. He ain't gonna beat Ghana, freaking Ngannou. Listen, I'm pulling for some of them. I like Aspinall, and I like what's it called? I actually like all the Scouse fighters. I just think freaking people that are like Scousers are a bit retarded. They're like, oh mate, we ain't English, we're Scouse, mate. We're Scouse. You know what that means? That just means they have Irish heritage, but the Irish don't give a shit about you. I can tell you that. They don't fucking care. You ain't one of them. You ain't one of them. So shut your mouth and get back to freaking work and get off the benefits.
I mean, Chris, if you landed anywhere in England, the Scouse is going to be waiting at the airport for you.
Well, I mean, I imagine because they don't have jobs like everyone else, so they have nothing to do but wait around.
Oh God, you've done them again. Oh God, this is brutal. No, I do. I think Chris said it best though. Paddy the Baddie, he's a good guy, really, but he's just a bit saft sometimes. So yeah.
Yeah, he'll be sapped unconscious the way he keeps fighting.
He'll be sapped on what? Crutches?
He'll be sapped unconscious the way he keeps fighting.
Oh, snapped. No, I said saft, but fair enough.
Great.
You're making me horny.
Yeah, no, he's good. Rockhold, you got to put average. average to bad.
More than average. I know that's Bisping who said that, but yeah. He doesn't really sound much good, does he? He just sounds a bit weird. Oh, sorry, Luke.
Listen, no one remembers him for saying anything good.
I accidentally put George and Liam in here. Oh, Liam comes out with some good lines. Let's put him.
Yeah, every time he speaks, once every 2 million years.
Yeah, I think Liam deserves to be an average. Yeah, George is definitely useless because he can't even get anywhere out. Sorry, George.
But anyone that goes to the Pokemon freaking get me, dude, he just goes to McDonald's buying all the freaking Happy Meal cards. Like, dude, just order it online, wasting so much money.
Yeah, I mean, mate, I think he enjoys the travel. To be fair,
Usman
useless. I mean, come on. I'm not being funny.
I put him in bad. He's not useless.
What trash talk?
He's better than this. Every Usman line ever. Now he's gonna find out on Saturday night that he's in there with the lion, and he's gonna be able to dig as deep as I'm gonna be able to dig.
And who have you dug against?
And I have to make this voice and change my voice every time when I talk to sound all tough. Like, what? I feel bad for him because the thing is, nobody loves him, right? And he's a great fighter, absolutely great fighter, right? Nobody loves him like they love like GSP or like, Wonder Boy, right? But no one hates him either. Like, like nobody hates them like Colby or Connor. So he's just not a draw. But he's a great fighter. But yeah, next person. Who's that? Dillashaw?
No.
Tito? Well, we don't know. Tito's fucking terrible.
I mean, he's just, apart from laughing at Ken Shamrock and getting Shamrock too annoyed because Shamrock was too used to the WWE. Apart from that, when is he through good trash talk? I mean, he trash talked Dana a bit, but come on, it wasn't anything that good. Dana pretty much buried him.
I mean, that milk dud looking guy is freaking, the guy has to keep fighting, man, because he's wasting all of his money. So what do you expect? He's not that smart.
What's he wasting his money on?
Don't ask me. Probably drugs.
But
what do we got here? TJ Dillashaw?
Average. I think Liam can talk. I don't know who's better, Liam.
I think he's average. He's average. Not a good talker, not a outright terrible one either, but he's average at best. At best.
Triple C! Yes,
Triple C has got to be. I wouldn't say amazing.
I don't know if he's hilarious. Bringing the snake to the.
I'll put him at great. I don't know if amazing. Amazing's a bit too much, but he's definitely great.
I do think to myself, is he better than a lot of these? I'd say in between Ferguson and Nick Diaz.
Yeah, definitely. Who do we
There's
got?
only one Tyson Fury. Only one.
Fury's got to be great.
Uh,
Great or
no,
amazing? He's not good.
No, I'll put him here.
No,
I'll put him here.
Bisping's better. Bisping's better.
Are you sure? Have you seen Fury?
Yes,
dancing?
Bisping has
He
way
dresses-
more witty lines.
he
Bisping
dresses
has
up
way
as-
more witty lines. Trust me. Tyson Fury talks very good trash talk. I'm a personal fan of his. He's a great fighter. I love his trash talk. I love his promotion. But Bisping just, man, Bisping can think of a line right on the snap. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
And then who do we got here? Oh, jeez.
Woodley.
I mean, listen, barbecue ribs, freaking Woodley. Oh my gosh, man. I mean, enough said. Enough said. Racist.
Is it all right if I put?
Racist.
Is it all right if I put him in average, or should I put him in bad?
No, he's average or bad.
Well, there is the tier list. We got through this one.
I mean, the only time I think he had better trash talk than anyone was against freaking Usman, and that's not saying much now, is it?
True. Yeah. I mean, this is a great list. I mean, this.
I thought it was a bit rigged the way I thought the
Rigged?
judging was a bit messed up.
No,
I mean, it's obvious who should be number one, but the corrupt British judges, just like how they handed Till the Wonder Boy win, decided to hand John Fury.
No, I'll give you that one. That was bollocks. Till shouldn't have won that fight. As much as I wanted him to win, he shouldn't have won that fight.
I mean, listen, man, if they gave Wonder Boy the fight, Wonder Boy would have made it out of Liverpool now, would he? The like he won, listen, Till won every round, mate. He won every round because he's scouse. They can't get knocked out until I get knocked out in my last fight after the title. But right after the title, I get fucking flatline cold, mate. Oh, jeez.
Well, that's the list. Let's talk about some MMA then. Or do you want to say anything else about the list, or any more daft impressions, or any more anything else?
I think it's a good list. I don't really have. I mean, listen, this is all just subjective opinion. I think everyone's generally where they need to be. The top trash talkers today, like of active fighters, are easily Colby, Masvidal, Diaz, right? Tony's still good. Till's not bad. But, we got to see what happens because, we got to get more of these guys in who actually know how to promote themselves instead of just like, I don't know. I've been like a certain British guy who fights out of a certain part of Britain, right? Of England specifically, who for some reason doesn't know why it's taken him so long to get a title. He's like, oh I've got 10 fights in a row I've won. I don't know why I haven't gotten the title yet. That's like, number one, all you do is tip-tap people and boring decisions, right? Which, listen, you're technical. I actually like watching him fight. I'm probably one of the only people that likes watching him fight. And he has a lisp, and he doesn't promote himself. But he's going to get freaking taken out and wrestled the fuck out of anyway. So whatever, he's going to realize, what happened. Dude got freaking rocked by Diaz.
I absolutely love watching him fight too. Well, McGregor got rocked by Diaz years ago as well. So
yeah, but McGregor was tired.
And Leon could have been tired in the fifth. He always takes his foot off.
I don't know how he was tired. That guy wasn't throwing power shots, I'll tell you that. Tip-tap, tip-tap, tip-tap. That's all I fucking saw with that guy.
Well, there you go anyway. So that's the tier list. Let's get into some MMA talk then. Kevin Lee has been sacked. Unbelievable. I mean, it's a joke, man.
I think he deserved to get cut.
What? But Till's lost like Till's 1-4.
But the thing is, wait. But the thing is, right? Till fought for a title, right? So that's one of his 4 losses.
Kevin Lee fought for
wait.
And nearly beat better people and nearly beat.
Wait. I don't think he beat better people. Wait. A, he fought for a title recently. B, he fought Masvidal and was winning that fight for most of the fight, and then got knocked out at the in the second round. But he was winning that first round. He dropped Masvidal, if you don't remember.
But
he dropped Masvidal. He dropped Masvidal. He was winning most of that fight, then he got knocked out. Okay.
He caught him with the shifting.
He then wait. He also moved up a weight class, beat Gastelum after Gastelum fought Adesanya. Right. This was like right after he fought Adesanya. Right. Beat Gastelum. Then he lost a close fight against Whitaker. It was a very close fight. Right. And then he fought Brunson and he got kind of fucked up against Brunson. Okay, there.
Now,
listen. Kevin Lee. Wait, who did Kevin Lee fight and lose to recently?
All right,
he
so
all this shit against Ally Quinta, right?
And no, can you just let me make my point? You made your point.
I'm almost
Chris, listen, no. All right, so the thing is with Kevin Lee, right? Sub-Michael Chiesa, you know, great win, better than anyone Till's beat. I know Till beat Wonderboy, but as much as I wanted Till to win that fight, come on, lads. You know, we all know actually won that fight. Beat Cowboy, and Cowboy was not that far past it, but he wasn't prime Cowboy. His last loss was to the current champion, Charles Oliveira, and he was doing great in the third till he got caught in that guillotine. Head kicked and flattened Gregor Gillespie, better than anyone Till's beat. Dropped RDA. How many people have dropped RDA? Barely anyone. Won 2 rounds against Ala Quinta, and the third was really close and got sort of wrecked in the fourth and fifth. Dominated Edson Barboza, then TKO'd him in the fourth, between fourth and fifth. You know what I'm saying? Submitted Francisco Tronaldo, and this was Tronaldo years ago. Really, really good. Whooped Jake Matthews, who's decent. Whooped Magomed Mustafaev as well, however you say his name. And his fight against Daniel Rodriguez, amazing first round, but got whooped in the second two. And Till, if we're talking about Till, like at the end of the day, beat Cowboy, very close fight with KG, close-ish fight with Whittaker, but Whittaker threw more volume, so it was pretty clear that Whittaker won, even though it was a close fight. Anyone who's watching probably thought Whittaker won. Lost to Wonderboy in reality. Got whooped by Woodley, flattened by Masvidal, and whooped by Brunson. At the end of the day, Till throws a jab cross, leg kick. The main reason he can, and occasionally head kick and front kick. The main reason, well, that's what he did primarily against Brunson. The main reason he gets away with that is because of the speed of it and his in and out movement. Well, Kevin Lee's got tons of tools. Anyway, sorry, Chris, you interrupt a lot, so I thought I'd just make my point. So go on, you have the floor now.
Interrupt? You were trying to interrupt me. Freaking, and then you just kicked me. But, you know, I guess that's just the way this show works, because you're the one running the show on freaking least watched live stream ever. But anyway, as I was saying, I was rudely interrupted by this charlatan over here, right? Number one, you're completely wrong about Lee, right? He got pretty much beat up by Ally Quinta, right? Nobody thought he won that fight.
He won the first two, and the third was close. So
no, it wasn't close.
You didn't watch the fight. You didn't watch the
fight. I literally saw the fight.
He
won the first 2 rounds, and then he gassed out. He gassed out after the
round was close.
He gassed out at the second. He lost 3, 4,
he didn't gas out in the second. No. Well, he lost 3.
Wait, who's interrupting who here? Wait, who's interrupting who here again? Who interrupts a lot? Exactly. Absolute fraud. He then got wrecked by RDA.
All the time. No, you watched the McGregor video. No,
he got wrecked by RDA.
Hold on. Chris watched the McGregor video where it says, if you interrupt people, you're winning the argument. So Chris has just followed him like a sheep, like a sycophant ever since. That's why Chris keeps making and he takes it off Chow as well. He makes up things like slander and libel as well. So he interrupts people like McGregor does, like a buffoon. He gets thrown out of any press event. And then he just copies Chow by making up nonsense and talking gibberish.
That is an absolute lie. Absolutely ridiculous.
My ass.
I mean, this is just absolutely a joke. Are you kidding me? Who's interrupting who here? You keep interrupting me. I can't even finish a point, but I guess that's how they do things over in Britain with socialism. So what do I expect?
Oh, you have to bring this up again. You brought up free speech 6 months ago.
No free speech over here. No freedom of the press. But this is what happens. But anyway, he got wrecked by RDA. He got wrecked by Oliveira. And he freaking missed weight and freaking lost badly to Rodriguez.
No, he won them. He dominated the first round and then lost the second two. I wouldn't say he lost badly. He
lost badly. Nobody had him winning that fight. It was not even close.
No. But you can't say he lost badly because most people probably didn't have Till winning the Whittaker fight. Then does that mean Till lost badly?
What are you talking about? Till dropped Whittaker? Till dropped Whittaker?
In the first round and then landed a big elbow at the end. But he was barely throwing anything.
Till won freaking... Dude, I thought Till almost won that fight. I thought it was real close. I thought it could have gone either way. People thought it could have gone either way. I mean, I had Whittaker winning, but it was close. Kevin Lee, there was no doubt in my mind that, like, literally Rodriguez was going to win. It was close. That fight could have gone to Darren Till, and a lot of people were saying that. We were watching it live, and we were like, wow, wouldn't be surprised if it went to Till.
I'll rewatch it and give you my time, but from what I remember, Till landed...
I mean, you're also the one who did say, oh, Colby versus Usman.
I know what he's going to do now. Now, this is true. I thought that, but at the end of the day, you got to remember, I'm not watching this paying full attention. My family doing stuff downstairs, my sister's like talking to her friends from school on the laptop. My mom and dad are talking. I can't fully focus on things sometimes. And I've already tried to focus on all the fights before, so sometimes the main event can be a bit fuzzy for me. But I'll give Chris the credit. It was a draw. Okay, Usman won the second round 10-8 and won the first round, and Colby won 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so there you go.
I just want to point out to the audience. Notice how this guy, every time I try to bring up a point, all of a sudden I disappear off the screen.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. Good observation, mate.
I mean, I guess this is what happens. I mean, I guess this is the real reason he was never hired at any major network and has to come on StreamYard.
Major network?
What's this background? What is
It's the Isle of Wight.
Portugal? Is that Portugal over there?
It's not Portugal. It's the Isle of Wight, you fool.
The Isle of what? You think I know what this place is?
They're driving on the left side of the road, so how the hell would this be Portugal?
I don't know, man. The Portuguese do some funny things. I mean, you never know. Listen, you guys drive on the left side of the road, don't you, over there?
No, that's my point, though. The cars are on the left side of the road, so why would it be Portugal?
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not paying attention to the roads, just like you aren't paying attention to the fights from what I'm seeing.
I'm paying attention, but you're talking off.
What's next? You're gonna say, is he freaking dominated?
I'm paying attention, but all I'm hearing is
not enough.
No logic. Yeah. That's all I'm hearing, Chris.
I'm the only
coming from your vicinity.
I'm not censoring anyone on this freaking show. I mean,
I'm not censoring anyone. You're just going.
I mean, I don't know about that. You keep freaking banishing me back.
You just keep leaving and muting yourself on your own accord, Chris. For some reason, you just keep muting yourself constantly, and then you keep leaving constantly. Leave if America is a rubbish country. Why did Chris leave? That's ridiculous. What a fool. Anyway, you were saying
I would never do what he's doing. I guess I'm just a man of character and integrity, and you're a man of low class and low cunning.
Just because Chris is a character doesn't mean he has character. That's the thing.
Oh, so you're using big words now.
I've used
teaching that to you in Birmingham grade school, didn't they?
What are you on about Birmingham grade school?
Oh, you didn't graduate from there? Oh yeah, I forgot. You had to. I guess you didn't go to school. Makes sense because of your limited vocabulary.
What do you mean limited vocabulary? How does that? How have I got limited vocabulary? I've been absolutely destroying you on every point so far. You
destroying me on what? You keep banishing me backstage.
I banish you. No, I don't banish you.
Oh, wait. So you do?
No. He keeps leaving himself. He just left then. Look.
Doing peds. You're doing steroids.
Slander, libel. And he's just gone to the steroids and other stuff when he's got no evidence.
Like a
coconut head. Well, at least I'm showing my head. At least I'm showing my face. You're too scared. You're hiding behind.
Listen, are you trying to shame me, man? I'm sorry. I mean, I'm
Chris is a Twitter troll.
Listen, I've never had a Twitter account, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you're a troll, nonetheless. You're exactly like a
that troll. Is not true. Never happened.
It did happen. Anyway, never. you were saying your useless point about Kevin Lee.
Kevin Lee sucks, and I don't care that he got cut. No one cares.
Hold on, Sam Alvey. Anyway, even if your Till point was true, the thing is, Sam Alvey is 0-6 in 1.
Okay.
John Phillips has lost a load of fights. At the end of the day, Diego Sanchez lost a crap ton.
Well, Diego Sanchez got cut.
Yeah, I know, but the point is, he lost more than Kevin Lee did before he got cut.
But Kevin Lee cheated.
He didn't cheat. Stevens has
lost
loads. Stevens lost loads. Yeah, but that's for his ADHD.
Yeah, well, that's not allowed.
Yeah, but TJ Dillashaw did EPO, and he's come back, and he was given a stupid decision, which clearly he didn't win.
But he was suspended for 2 years. And also, freaking Kevin Lee, they have to pay him like $110,000. Why do you want to pay that guy when he's going to be fighting on the undercard?
Well, he was there for 7 years. He was there for 7 years, put on great fights. And at the end of the day, the UFC didn't even pay him $1 million. I mean, what the hell?
And he got paid too much, to be honest.
Too much? Chris, you're just a tight ass. You're the biggest miser going.
Listen here, if Kevin Lee doesn't want to fight, he doesn't have to fight. He can go fight in Bellator.
Yeah, but it's not. You can't just keep pulling the argument out your arse. At the end of the day, it's about what's right, Chris. What if you work for someone
If
and
he
they
doesn't want
paid
to
you
fight,
$1?
he doesn't
What if it
have
was
to
like
fight.
your
There are
dream
plenty
to
of
work?
guys who want to fight.
What if it was his dream? What if it was your dream, Chris, to work for Chael, and that was the main place you could work, and that was the place where you could build a legacy, and they'd only pay you $1 a week? What would you do? Oh well, I can go elsewhere. No,
I mean,
you're gonna stay
yeah, I
there.
could literally go elsewhere. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
you're
that's
not
why you're gonna
paying
get
me
the
anything to
legacy.
be here for
That's
some
the
reason. I don't
legacy.
even know
That's
why
where
I'm
you're gonna
here.
get the legacy.
You're not even paying me to be here, and I decided to be here. You know, I chose to be here. Unfortunately, I'm
No,
starting to regret that every second I'm here.
no.
I mean, what an absolute mistake this was. 40 minutes of wasted time.
40
Freaking,
minutes of me coming up with phenomenal points and Chris talking absolute awful.
I mean, the only point you could come up with is the freaking fact that, oh, you know, Sam Alvey lost this, he lost that. All right, man, big
Yeah,
deal.
but then
No
why is
one
he still,
cares.
why if you're using that argument, then why the hell is he still, why haven't they sacked him then?
Probably he's got some dirt on Dana White.
Oh, well, Dana White can go elsewhere, can't he? He can own another company. What the hell is this
Nah,
thing in
man.
the comments? I've got to
Cancel
get rid of
culture.
that. Well, you can't just pull
Well,
cancer culture out your bum again. Bloody hell. Felicia Spencer's retired. Pros reacted. Dana White's positive COVID test an
Felicia
hour ago.
Spencer. Who cares?
I know, yeah.
He sucked. I
Well,
mean,
we've got we might as well 20 minutes. Obviously, you've
you
got to go
hear about John
soon.
Jones?
Huh?
You heard about John Jones?
What happened?
Ripping Mike Winklejohn.
Oh yeah, he said goes on scorched earth on miserable bastard Mike Winklejohn.
I
I
mean,
mean,
dude,
John
freaking.
Jones.
I guess we should trust the words of the sociopath John Coke Jones, the one who's, you know, busy freaking shooting needles in his ass and freaking going around drinking and driving and running over pregnant ladies and freaking committing domestic violence on his fiance, the mother of his kids.
It's
We should
ridiculous.
trust that guy, right?
It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, known drug cheat and freaking wife abuser. I mean, yeah, let's trust this guy. Let's trust this guy. Because John Jones is definitely telling the truth, guys.
I think he loses to quite a few light heavyweights if he comes back. I think he definitely loses to Jan Blachowicz. Just because all John Jones does to defend punches is reach his hands out. Jan's going to be able to clip him, man. I think, anyway.
John
I
Jones
think
could barely
Jones.
be Thiago Santos, who was on one leg.
Exactly. And he only had one knee in that fight, didn't he? Pretty much.
Exactly.
I'd like to see Jones fight you, Prohaska, but Jones would probably have to take him down, to be honest, and wrestle him a bit.
Freaking Jones probably get knocked out, to be honest. John Jones sucks.
Yeah, imagine if he comes back to heavyweight. I mean, that'd just be tragic, man. He'd just get
I
absolutely.
mean, I think he'll get knocked out by Ngannou, to be honest. Listen.
Definitely,
I mean,
yeah. The leg kicks, the takedown defense, the counter shots.
Ngannou's a big guy. He struggles against guys who are as tall as him. Look at his Gustafsson fight, the first one.
Yeah, the first one. Well, even in the second one, was it Gustafsson or Jones who kept defending the takedowns? I think it was Gustafsson, but then he got took down eventually.
Yeah. Well, what do you expect? What do you expect? I mean, this guy doesn't want to fight, man. I've been bulking up to heavyweight for the past year and a half, 2 years. Dude's not gonna fight. He wants all this freaking money, even though he's not worth it, and he's not gonna bring in that much money to even, you know, cover the cost of paying him, right? Just that. And he's afraid because he's ducking freaking Francis. He's scared of Francis Ngannou. He does not want to fight Francis unless he makes a shit ton of money. If it was Stipe Miocic that was still the champion, I bet you he would take less money. But because it's Francis and he doesn't want to lose and he wants to be, oh yeah, I was undefeated even though I had one loss because I cheated in a fight. Whatchamacallit. He just wants to say, look at me, how great I was. I'm the greatest of all time. Blah blah blah. Even though I never moved up a weight division and I stuck a needle in my ass and got caught multiple times cheating.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm not talking about his stuff outside the ring because that doesn't affect how good a fighter you are, right? In terms of how I view it. Like, he was a great fighter. He's easily one of the greatest of all time. But, I mean, honestly, the best fighters of all time are, you know, Silva, you know, not in any order, but Silva, GSP, Khabib, and Jones. But, I mean, honestly, I just think GSP and Usman can get there. but GSP is the best because I mean Jones and his drug test and the fact that his last two fights, I mean he lost his last fight and he almost lost the fight before that. Easily lost 3 to 4 rounds to Reyes, and he freaking barely beat Santos. I thought he won against Santos, but barely. And yeah, I mean, he went running, and that's what it is. I can imagine maybe coming back to fight one more time, getting knocked out, and then retiring.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, that's all it is, man. That's all it is with that guy. In terms of like George St. Pierre, I mean, that guy had a great career. I mean, he only had
GSP
2
beat the who's
losses.
who and went up to
Yeah, he beat the who's who
middleweight.
and the guys he lost to, he avenged his losses.
Yeah, he
And
beat
he not
Matthews
only that,
twice.
he not only fought like all these guys, like he's doing Usman and he's going through him twice.
Yeah.
And he moved up a weight class as well. Khabib, I mean, Khabib, the thing is half of Khabib's record is filled with bums, so like he's not really 29-0 in my opinion. I mean, yeah, sure, it's still hard to win even against bums, like in terms of like keeping a perfect record, but like he's realistically like 13-0, not 29-0.
And I mean, but at the end of the day, you beat who's in front of you, don't you? So
Exactly. I mean, half his matches were basically just like cans, but whatchamacallit. You can't say he's not a great fighter because he beat McGregor, he beat Gaethje, he beat Poirier. I mean, he beat
RDA,
RDA.
Johnson.
Exactly. So he beat a good amount of guys. I mean, that's obvious, but he never moved up in weight. I mean, Silva, he beat a lot of guys, but then after the Weidman fight, he just went downhill. And obviously, Peds and everything like that. That's also another thing. But whatchamacallit, like, so there's that whole situation where his career just basically fell off, right? That affects us a little bit.
He's bounced back a bit with the boxing now, hasn't he? Beating Julio Chavez Jr. And
Yeah. I mean, he's not bad. I mean, but then and then that's really it in terms of GOATs. I mean, yeah, I guess you could have put Stipe and Fedor for heavyweight, one of those two guys. I mean, it's heavyweight, the guys just aren't as technical. I mean, so that's just what it is.
But Stipe still beat a crap ton of people, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, he did really well. So
that's for sure.
DC twice, Reem, Werdum, Arlovsky, Hunt.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to put DC in one of the greatest of all time categories. Definitely not the GOAT, right? But in terms of you're talking about like the greatest fighters, he's up there, I think, in the top 10, top 15 fighters of all time.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, what he did to Barnett was great. Beating Rumble twice after getting dropped straight away and being able to
beat Stipe.
Beating Stipe once. He looked
won
absolutely
2 belts, yeah,
in that fight. Made Volkan Oezdemir look like a twat when Volkan
beat Gus.
Yeah, beat Gus. Yeah, and it was competitive against Jones. Like I know he got whooped, but it was still a bit competitive.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta understand also Jones is probably on Peds both fights.
Yeah,
I mean, that's all. I mean, you gotta respect DC. The guy was literally willing to fight John Jones after he failed the drug test. Like, oh yeah, could we just do an exemption or whatever? I'll sign it.
Yeah.
So we could still do the fight. I mean, you just feel bad for the guy, but he's a good guy.
Yeah, man.
Interesting enough, if McGregor freaking didn't have this whole skid recently that he's had ever since he's came back, then I mean, he could have been possibly one of the greatest if you think about it. I mean,
definitely,
he was.
Yeah.
I mean, who did he lose to before Khabib? I mean, he lost to
Nate and who's that other guy? Joe Duffy.
Joe Duffy and one other like Chechnyan guy or some shit like back in his old days.
I can't remember the other person.
Yeah, but those were like early back in the day, and then he lost to Nate. I mean, you gotta understand, Conor is definitely one of the greatest strikers we've seen in MMA.
I mean, his distance management's phenomenal. I mean, the way he looks.
Oh yeah, the way he was able to set up that left hand, he had great kicks. I mean, he had a good snap kick. He had a great spinning kicks. His footwork and his timing was impeccable. Right, his accuracy was impeccable. I mean, look what he did to Aldo. That was trained. That wasn't, oh yeah, luck. I mean, dude, he worked that. We saw the footage backstage. He worked that move. And not only that, like what he did to Poirier, what he did to all these guys coming up, what he did to Alvarez was he made Alvarez look like a bum after Alvarez freaking beat RDA. I mean, that's just insane. And like he's saying we got like other guys like Colby Covington, who will probably never be known as the GOAT, right? But he's just one of the great fighters, honestly, that
Mhm.
we've seen. I mean, no one, and I mean no one has pushed Usman as much as Colby Covington. I had Colby winning the first fight 3-1 until he got dropped and finished at the end of that fight, right? A lot of people I know had it 3-1 or 2-2, right? 3-1 Colby or 2-2, even, right?
Mhm.
The second fight, I had Colby winning that fight 3-2. So I thought either he won the fight or it was a draw, right? And it's unfortunate. It probably should have been ruled a draw. We should be getting a trilogy fight right now.
Yeah, we were
Because
robbed of the third fight.
I mean, in terms of the only reason I think Usman won that fight is just because he just has a better camp. That's it. I really
Mhm.
think that's the only reason is because he has a better coach and he has a better camp. If
Yeah.
Colby Covington had the same type of camp, he would have won that fight, in my opinion. I mean, and it's one of those things like he's just a great fighter, but he'll never be considered one of the GOATs. Same with Connor, especially at this point.
Thing is, Colby and Usman are the creme of the creme, and it is sad that we were robbed of a third fight. But the thing is, imagine if Colby goes down to lightweight and beats quite a few people there, puts
I
the
don't
pressure
think he
on
could go
them.
down lightweight. He walks around 180. I mean, Dustin
Yeah.
walks around 184 in cuts, but Colby's not a weight bully,
Hmm.
and he doesn't
True.
like to cut weight because he doesn't think it's very smart.
Yeah.
And I agree because I think cutting weight, I think, in my opinion, you shouldn't cut more than 15 pounds. I think cutting
Yeah.
weight's stupid. I think it's just like, oh, yeah, sure, you're going to be bigger on the night and stuff. And it's like, I don't want to freaking compromise my body and focus a lot of my training camp on cutting weight when I could just work on developing skills and preparing for the fight.
So true. The issue is that you've got to look how many champs barely cut anyway. That's the issue. Like, Izzy, that's about it really. The rest of them cut a decent amount. Brandon Moreno, maybe.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
most of them cut
is
quite a bit. I mean,
yeah, is
Glover's
he
like 230. Obviously, Francis heavyweights don't cut. Most of them don't cut anything less above
Francis has to
260.
cut?
Does he? I thought he just
Yeah,
came in
no,
like 260 or
no,
260.
he cuts down to 265. He's that big. He's like 272, like 270s,
Ah, okay, I
two
didn't know.
seventies, 280s. He walks around at.
Okay, so he cuts then. Usman cuts quite a bit. He said
Oh,
he's
Usman's a weight bully. He cuts down from like 200 or
what?
something.
No, but he says before the weight on fight night he's between 187 and 193. Usually, that's
He
the
walks
least.
around at like 200, 203. I heard him say one time.
Yeah, yeah, but just because you walk around at that doesn't mean that's what you cut from. Otherwise, you'd die. So
Yeah, I mean, but that's just insane in my opinion.
it's still significant because it's not like Usman's always 187 or
I mean,
193.
you look at it. Usman's fucking huge compared to his opponents. He
It's
shouldn't be allowed. He shouldn't be allowed to fight at welterweight.
the thing is, right, it's the body of like a 200-pound man, isn't it? Because he lost that weight in 2 months. It's still the body of a 200-pound man, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
but not only that, you're saying he's weighing in on the night 193.
Potentially, yeah, that's the most he's ever been.
So that's yeah. I mean, for a 170 fight, he's weighing freaking 23 pounds, 20 plus pounds more than the other guy, probably.
It isn't fair, is it, man?
Yeah, I mean him, Luke, like guys like that cut down to 170 from these huge weight. I mean, I think it's disgusting. I think they should put hydration tests like ONE FC.
Yeah, like ONE FC. Yeah, I
That way
agree
you
as
don't
well.
have all these guys being weight bullies and stuff. Because I just think it's ridiculous. Like, dude, you should
Yeah,
fight in your weight class. Now I understand cutting some weight. Like if like for example, let's say I weighed like 180, right? Well, I don't want to fight at 185 because I mean they're gonna have guys weighing like 200 plus pounds, right? So I'll cut down 10 pounds to 170 or 5 pounds to 175. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I mean, you look at it now. I think the worst is for the lightweights and welterweights because you got people like, or I'm gonna bring his name up again, Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee is too big for lightweight, but he's way too small for welterweight. They need a 165 division, in my opinion. They should put a 165 division in the
yeah.
UFC, bring 170 up to 175. Yeah, sure, the 170 division might get a little weaker, but I just think it'll just make everything better. You could have fights between those divisions is fine. And I just think it adds more talent and everything like that. I mean, you have someone like Chandler who's cut shit ton of weight. I mean, he should be a
He's an
165 or
bro, he's an absolute brick shit house, man.
Yeah, well, he's probably on Peds too.
I don't know.
I have no proof.
I was going to say no, Chris. I was going to say the biggest divisions are probably lightweight, welterweight, and featherweight. The featherweights are absolutely humongous, man. Absolutely massive. But every other division, it's like sort of moderate, really. Not next level moderate, but like most of bantamweight is like 145 to 149. There are a few 150s and 155s and 157s, like Aljamain Sterling, Marlon Moraes. But most of them are between 145 and 149.
I just honestly think that people should not be cutting more than 10, 15 pounds. Like, it was crazy that McGregor cut to 145.
Yeah, he looked like a different person for one of them. He looked like a totally different man.
Yeah. Scary. I mean, I don't think fighters should be doing that. I think it just takes such a toll on your body, and it wastes time that you could be focused on developing skills. And really, I'd rather be underweight than be freaking cutting so much weight. I'd rather weigh in at 182, 183 for a 185 fight than freaking have to cut all the way down to 155.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do that. I think it's stupid. I think it's ridiculous. I think it affects you on the fight night, and I just think, because all these people think, oh, you need to cut some, and yeah, weight does have an effect. We do have weight classes for a reason, right? A guy that's freaking 200 pounds, right, fighting a guy who weighs 155 pounds. Obviously, the guy who weighs 200 pounds is going to punch way harder. All right, that's why we have weight classes, specifically to make it more even. But these people are basically, it's sanctioned cheating, what they're doing. They're trying to break the rules, right? Weigh in a certain amount of weight, right? And then they're going to weigh 20 to 30 pounds more. That should not be allowed. I think what we should do, right, in MMA and in boxing or whatever, right, just add the 165 division, right? Because I think that's where you're having the most problems with the lightweights and the welterweights, not everybody else really, right? Because they could go to the other divisions if they really need to, right? Like Usman could just go to 185, we'll be fine. Get a hydration test, right? That way, anyone that's too dehydrated, like, all right, you can't fight at this division no more. And that's what it is. And then have these guys do what they should be doing, which is actually developing new skills, developing new techniques. Because that's the problem. You got a lot of guys who just don't develop, they stonewall, and they don't really develop new skills. That's what it is. I mean, look at McGregor. He used to be one of the guys that was always adding new techniques, new skills, looking better and better. Now he's basically stonewalled his progression. It's not that he's gotten completely worse. I mean, yeah, he's regressed in some ways, right? And actually a decent amount of ways, right? But not only that, everyone's gotten better. So when everyone's getting better and you're not doing anything, look what's going to happen. You're going to look worse off. That's just how it is.
Yeah. Obviously, I completely agree with that, because it is just stupid to cut a ridiculous amount of weight. I mean, Michel Pereira, he walks around at 215 pounds and he's a 175 and he's 6'1". Like,
exactly.
What the hell? He's the biggest bloke I've ever seen at 170 by a landslide.
No, it's ridiculous. It's unfair. It's unfair to his opponents.
Yeah, I mean, Diego Sanchez is like, what, a chubby 168, and they fought each other. Can you believe that?
That was
Michel Pereira was probably like 198 on fight night.
No, it's disgusting. It's despicable.
It should be 168.
It's despicable and it's disgusting. And it should not be allowed. But, we have a lot of problems in the sport, of our beloved sport of mixed martial arts. I mean, we have a problem with the gloves. I mean, I think the gloves design should be changed to, help prevent eye pokes and everything, and also 100%. To be more comfortable for the fighters. I mean, we have a lot of issues. I mean, one thing a lot of people like to talk about is fighters' pay, which, I mean, listen, I agree in some instances and disagree in others. I mean, I think people are stupid the way they talk about it because they don't know what they're talking about. I mean, they just think that a union will solve everything, and it really won't. I mean, what will solve it is competition.
Someone else will just run out and say, well, I want that fight, and then they'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. A union will never happen. Anyone that thinks that, oh, we have to get the fighters to unionize is an idiot, and you shouldn't listen to them. What we need to do is that we need to invest and help build up these other MMA promotions, Bellator, ONE FC, so that fighters have an opportunity to say, oh, well, you know what? UFC doesn't want to pay me this much, right? Which maybe the UFC can or can't. Then they could go to Bellator. They could go to ONE FC. That's how you do this. This is how business works in the real world. You look at these organizations like the NFL or whatever. The reason why these guys get paid a lot, yeah, the union helps, right? But but the reason is because these organizations, the National Football League, right? Each team that's part of it is almost like its own separate thing. They're competing against each other for players. So of course people are going to get paid a lot. That's not what it is in the UFC.
And the sport's a lot more popular. But can I just say though, Chris, I
Yep.
agree with all that. I used to think, oh, a union would be good, but then I thought to myself, oh well, someone will just take the fight, so it wouldn't work. Someone will just say, yes,
I think a union would be great for the fighters. It just will never happen. That's the thing people need to realize. It will never happen. And the thing is that unions can be good and bad. In many ways, they're good because it helps get the workers together to represent and gives you bargaining power in a way. The problem is the people in many different sectors running the unions who are, in some instances corrupt, or they basically screw over the workers by demanding so much, and the company has no choice but to either say we can't do it and we have to move somewhere else, right?
And then they just blame the company or the government or something, and then they never blame the person who actually was responsible.
I mean, listen, we have a lot of problems with MMA. I mean, the MMA media is just absolutely terrible, in my opinion. I mean, you have people that barely know what they're talking about the sport in terms of techniques and everything like that. I'm no expert. I mean, listen, I train martial arts. I train Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu, right, for a couple years now. And I've watched the sport since, 2015, 2016, right? We were watching You Got Me Into the Sport when McGregor
it was like 2016. I said, look, McGregor's fighting this shaven head guy, and you were like, oh, I'll watch it.
Well, no, I don't think it was that, because no, it wasn't that. You got me into it before because I remember Bisping won his fight and you got on and you were freaking screaming about it. I remember that. So I think it was like late 20. I think it was when he fought Aldo. That's when I freaking saw it on the internet, him knocking out Aldo. But the whole thing is that, like, I'm very interested in the technical aspects, and you got good guys like that. I mean, on YouTube and everything. Jack Slack, Lawrence Kenshin, the Weasel's not bad and stuff like that.
No, the Weasel's great, bro. There's professionals copying his breakdowns. They've referenced his breakdowns multiple times.
Yeah, no, he's very good. My problem is whatchamacallit, the fact that we have people in MMA media that honestly are just trying to get these clickbait titles because they're losing out to these types of shows. Like whatchamacallit, I remember when Chael Sonnen retired, and whatchamacallit, someone wrote an article, Chael Sonnen, the one of the sport's biggest drug cheats, retires, right? And the thing is, he did cheat, he did use PEDs, right? But the thing is that for a guy who at the end of his career was clean and who basically did so much for the sport, he changed the sport in terms of how, getting eyes on it and helping out with the drug testing and everything. And whatchamacallit, changing the way, like, the popularity and everything, right? And the way, people market themselves in the sport now, right? He created the whole trash talking stuff in MMA, right?
Yeah. And
to treat him like that is honestly disrespectful and disgusting, considering he's honestly one of the icons and could be considered one of the founding fathers in terms of mixed martial arts, in my opinion. Like him, look at this, Connor, Colby, Masvidal, they all read the book that Chael wrote in terms of promotion. Everyone does. Whether you use it or not is different, but everyone has read the book that he basically wrote on how to market yourself, how to promote. And obviously, the other founding fathers that get disrespected a lot, Dana White. I mean, listen, Dana White, obviously he's a businessman. I think people like try to think that the UFC are scumbags, or, oh, they should pay their fighters more and all this stuff. And it's like, I'm not saying that I don't want the fighters to get paid, but why would the UFC pay the fighters more? What interest is there for them to do that? And Dana White has a boss. It's not like he makes all the decisions. He has to be told by, like, hey, you need to, make this certain amount of revenue and everything like that.
Yeah, the overhead.
And that's how it is. And it's not like the fighter pay hasn't gone up significantly. It has. If you look at the statistics and everything, it has gone up significantly over the last, 10, 20 years. I mean, people comparing it to other organizations like the NFL and NBA, they just don't know what they're talking about, as I said before.
No. Can I just say, though, I did want to bring this point up earlier, Chris. I think it's fucked up that they can't wear their own sponsors, though, especially how shit they do get paid. That is one thing that is saft, in my opinion.
So here's why I'm going to tell you why they don't wear their own sponsors. And the reason is because the UFC and trying to act like most other organizations, right? They don't want people wearing their own sponsors because it has to do with TV deals, right? ESPN and all these other guys don't want people on TV, right? Generally, with someone like Condom Depot on their shorts, okay? They don't want that.
Yeah,
they don't want that.
They should let them wear some sponsors though. It shouldn't be like no sponsors apart
No,
from what
I mean,
we
I'm not
do.
disagreeing.
We
It
make
would
the
be
money
nice.
off those sponsors.
It would
and
be
we make
nice,
money
but
off
you also
those
have to
sponsors that we
No,
force
no.
you to wear.
I think it would be nice, and I think the fighters should get a certain cut, right? Possibly of the sponsorships, right? Which I think they do get some cut, right? But the thing is that in terms of if I was running an organization, I would never let a fighter wear sponsors on their shorts. And that's just me. Maybe weigh-ins, right? If I was a promoter, I wouldn't let them wear sponsors on their shorts if I was running a UFC type organization because I wouldn't want to risk a TV deal. Weigh-ins, possibly. But you also got to think, I told you, of the incentives. What incentive do they have? Bellator is not that big, right? Bellator is getting bigger, but it's not that big. ONE FC is big in Asia. Only in Asia, though. It is not, no one in America. If you talk about MMA, there are people who will associate MMA, they call it UFC.
Yeah.
That is what it is. And in the Western Hemisphere, right? Western Europe, Britain, Canada, France, America, right? Western Europe and the West in general, the Americas and everything. People watch UFC. Maybe the amount of people that watch Bellator are 10 people, and I'm one of those 10 people. I'm probably one of the only people that actually watches Bellator. Yeah, I mean, who watches Bellator? I watch Bellator. I mean, James Gallagher, Fabian Edwards. I like to watch them. Pitbull, right? I mean, it's the thing is with Bellator is that the problem is it's not people don't watch it as much because A, the skill level's not as good, right? B, the production style isn't as good, right? And C, the UFC's been around longer.
The commentary's a bit strange sometimes, and some of the fighters do very mental things. Like the once Paul Daly was getting wrestled by John Fitch, and he was.
I know he was just freaking acting crazy.
Can I tell the story? Like he was in a total position, and then he was like, "Bellator, thanks, Bellator, bunch of thanks, boo." Boo! This is fucking boring. Rubbish Bellator, boring. Boo!
No, exactly.
And then John McCarthy was saying, "Well, he's not doing very good." And then I think he told John McCarthy to fuck off or something. Then he said,
the thing is,
because he's losing. And I'm thinking both guys are just not looking.
The thing is, right? Bellator has the vast majority of Bellator guys get their ass kicked in the UFC, but Bellator does have some guys that could go into the UFC, as we've seen with Chandler, right? And compete, and Eddie Alvarez, Askren, they could do pretty well, And obviously, there are guys in the UFC who could also lose to guys that won championship. I mean, look at Demetrius Johnson. Look who he lost to in his last fight. One championship fighter. There are other fighters that are good in other promotions, right? But the thing is that it's just about the marketing. The UFC is the most profitable promotion because they know how to market well. They know how to promote. They know how to market. That is their bread and butter. Like, listen, at the end of the day, I would love to say, yeah, it's the fighters who make the organization. That is complete, utter fucking bullshit. It is the promoter who makes the organization. Without Dana White, the UFC is nothing. That is the truth. I mean, 2017, they still freaking made money, even though all their fighters are basically injured as hell. Right? And all these fights got screwed up. So, like, I'm pro fighter. The thing is that we need to invest as a community, right? As an audience, as a fandom, right? We need to try to get Bellator and ONE FC more popular. And we have to understand that the hardcores, you, me, right? We make up between 10 and 20% of the UFC's audience, right? In terms of a big pay-per-view, right? A McGregor card, 80% of the people are casuals that maybe watch McGregor, that's it. And barely, and know maybe a little bit. They don't know a lot of the guys, right? The hardcores are the guys who watch the fight nights all the time. That is us. We watch the fight nights. We keep up with the sport. We're the ones that are freaking arguing here whether or not Kevin Lee should have been released and all this nonsense, right? Because we care. I mean, you train, I train. We understand like a lot of different aspects.
I don't train anymore, but yeah, I try to go in the gym and do a bit of swimming and lifting.
But yeah. But you used to train. I mean, whatchamacallit. So
yeah, I used to. Yeah.
But like that. You know, you don't understand in terms of like, you know, seeing guys at the gym and working and stuff like that. In terms of like quality of fighters, you have guys everywhere. You know, the best guy doesn't. The best MMA fighter might not even be in the UFC. Look at the guy that can't. Look at Cam's at 4 fights and he's already in the freaking talking about getting a title shot. You know,
exactly.
he hasn't been in the UFC that long. It's literally just. It's about if you work yourself to get good skills, then you can beat anyone. And the UFC is just able to marketing people. That's, I mean, look at it. O'Malley, Pimblett, freaking Chimaev, right? The 3 newest hype trains, right? As you could call it, right? The new up and coming superstars. Before that, McGregor, right? Huge, Chael. I mean, all these guys, Bisping. I mean, they're good at promoting
the whole of Canada behind
GSP, the whole of Canada. That's what it is. And do I think that I think the UFC will probably stay the top promotion for the longest time. I mean, probably for the foreseeable couple decades, right? And I think fighter pay will get better because, I mean, it's just going to naturally go up over time no matter what. When I don't think, I mean, listen, the average fighter, and this is just true, the average MMA fighter makes more than the average boxer, right?
Yeah, but that, hold on. Right.
But the whole thing is, yeah,
Chris, can I just say, there are boxers with 2 in 62 records who are just journeymen. So that's the only reason that's the case. And if you look at the top boxers, they're making far more than top MMA fighters. Just putting that out there.
No, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. The thing is with the top MMA fights is that there are very few people, right, getting paid millions upon millions of dollars. Now Usman's making comfortable money, right? Colby's making comfortable money, but they're not making a Canelo. They're not making like a Teofimo Lopez and all these other guys.
They're not making a Ryan Garcia. They're not
Ryan Garcia, Vasily Lomachenko. And the reason is because there's multiple different organizations and multiple different promoters involved. You know what I'm saying?
Chris, have you ever seen that press conference when in the middle of the press conference with Eddie Hearn, Chisora's like, I want more fucking money. And he starts having to go at Eddie Hearn. And it's like, mate, you signed the contract. You should have talked about this ages ago. But like I found
I have no respect for fighters who the only instance when you sign a contract, the only instance when you sign a contract that you should demand more money is when all of a sudden, right, you become a huge draw, right? And you say, hey, I'm a bigger draw now. I'm bringing in more money for you. Give me a little bit more money. Or B, when you win a title. If you've already signed a contract.
No, listen, right. Chisora, though, he's the only heavyweight boxer in the top bracket who can keep losing and still get people to want to watch. Because the way he goes at people, he's a fucking bulldog, more than most fighters are. He's always got balls on him. He's never lost those cojones. Like, if you look at AJ, he lost those cojones after he lost to Ruiz. But Chisora, no matter what happens to him, he's always got those balls somehow. So fair play to him.
Yep. I totally agree, man. I totally agree.
I'm guessing you got to go in a sec. I was going to talk about UFC 269, but I mean, I can save that for the predictions, unless you want to briefly brush over it or.
I mean, if you want, we can make a whole video about that next time. When's the card's coming up in what, a week or two?
Yeah.
So listen, man, freaking, we can call a podcast about it if you're done.
What, like next week or something?
Yeah, sure.
Because it's coming on next weekend. I'm not really too fussed either way. I mean, I'll probably record my own prediction video anyway, just to be safe. But yeah, that's all I've really got to say, to be honest. Have you got any final messages, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a disgrace. I don't know why I was on here. I thought I wasted a lot of my time being censored and everything, but I guess that's the decision I made in the end, so I gotta live with it.
Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Chris, on a serious note, thanks for coming on.
I wish I could say the same.
Yeah, you said that last time. Well done. Anyway, big up. Cheers for watching, everyone. See you later. Have a good one.